Hey everybody, Ranger Liz here. Thanks for joining me. We are going to go over Lupinranger vs. Patranger, episode 4. My thoughts and whims and your supplemental guide to an amazing show. I have this smile on my face every time I'm watching Lupinranger vs. Patranger because it's just really good. And it's, to me, like this. Seriously, if it keeps up like this is my Sentai. It's just the right combination of seriousness, but there's a little bit off the wall kind of stuff. The suits are growing on me, but the themes, the way the Lupinranger's just like and then swing, I love all of it. I love all of it. So let's just get into why I really loved episode 4. The Patranger focus. Clearly, we got some more characterization of our Pink Ranger, who apparently has a secret love for everything cute and adorable. There was one point she was like hugging a shark, and I know this seems like really random to start with the beginning. She was hugging a shark, and my husband's sitting there just next to me just going, "It's Tsundere Shark! It's Tsundere Shark!" I don't know if any of you guys will get that, but if you did, yeah, that's pretty much what I thought. We got so many great things. I don't know, should I start with the Zord battle? Because that's pretty cool. The mech battle was amazing. Should I start with some of the 3-way fighting choreography? With it was the fight, the choreography with the steady cams and the way they're moving, drone footage, like who knows. I'm loving that they are continuing this. Because one thing that I didn't like about Zhuoger as much was, Zhuo Red had eagle wings and he could fly, and they just didn't utilize that enough in fight scenes, I don't think. Not having you from his perspective. So far, fight scenes, 10 out of 10. Amazing, amazing. We've had a little bit of interaction between Lupinranger and Patranger, of course. But this episode, I think, really set what this series can be and potentially what it's going to be. And by that I mean, while it was mostly focused on Patrangers, like the others have been focused more on Lupinrangers, you saw them start to maybe interact a little more. And by that I mean they were fighting. There was a disappearance of a little girl, and the Patrangers were trying to solve it. In fact, it's been, 15 disappearances, all from locked rooms. Not sure, mostly female, but span all ages and including some men. So all they know is they're gone. Luckily, Petra and Pink, and let me see if I can try to, Tsukasa, trying, probably in spell. Tsukasa, the Pink Ranger, stops because she sees these sharks. And it was the shark that was in the little girl's room, and she thinks it's adorable. Now, of course, everybody else is like, oh, good police work, you saw it. So they have this giant, adorable, saw this missing case about this little girl, and it's just like the cutest little stuffed shark, wearing clothes, and it's sitting there, right? So they go find the guy that's selling them, and they're like, hey, what's going on with you? Hey, have you seen this family? Lupinranger show up, and they're like, oh, hey, it's you. Whoosh, throw the calling card, face gets cut, monster pops out. Police are like, yeah, okay. It led to a very awesome battle, but it had to stop because while they clearly could have destroyed him, it wasn't a power thing, where he let them go. It was simply that while they were fighting, they realized if they destroy him, they will never know where all these missing people are, because he fully admitted it was 4 minutes into the episode, and he was already like, it was already me. So it's like the monster this week was a little bit more pushed off to the side itself, the suit itself, because it was about the sharks, and it was about people disappearing due to the sharks, right? Stay with me. They all show up, they have a battle. Sharky's like, hey, you destroy me, you won't know where all these prisoners are. Ha 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 ha. So they stop fighting, and then he whacks all of them, and then he disappears. But before the Lupinranger make their full exit, Patra and Pink's just like, please tell us, what do you know about this gangler? Because they're seeing it from the perspective of, they just got done meeting with a mom and dad and their, 8-9-year-old daughter just straight up disappeared. So they're dealing it from that aspect. Then you have Lupinrangers who are like, oh, they have treasure, so we just have to get it. You know, they're probably not meeting with people. Patoranger Pink says, you know, what do you know about the Gangler? And Lupin Yellow stops and just gives this line of the Lupin collection piece he has transforms, how does it turn stuff into decorations? I'm not sure if that was like a translation thing, or maybe I shouldn't pick he turned stuff into decorations, because really it was the shark was kidnapping people. But you see, you know, after Lupin Red, or Lupin Blue's more like, you know, why are you helping them? Why are you helping them? She was just like, they're trying to save people too, you know, so maybe if we work together on this, we can have a lot better outcome, which was really helpful when it came down to it. The guys, everyone goes out. Patranger Pink is left in the room with the shark. What does she do? She does the same as any other one would do, and you see an adorable shark, which I don't actually have a stuffed animal here, but if I did, it would be like, it like rubs her cheeks on it, right? Like right up on the face. And then she disappears and ends up in a jail cell underground, maybe? Like a cave. So think of that next time you want to hug a shark. I don't know why you would, but think of that. Unless it's Sella. Sella's okay. You can totally hug Sella. Shout out to evil space whale there. So she's down in this underground whatever, and immediately grabs her weapon, is like, boom, through the bars, like, come on, you're going with me to freedom. And they were gonna go escape. Of course, Lovejaw, was it? No, Love, I think I'm just gonna call him Lovejaw, is the monster's name. I really like the monster suit design. I kind of wish it got a little more screen time, but I really did like the monster suit design. She's fighting him. She's like, there's no way the guys are going to figure out how to get here, how to do it, and all of a sudden, poof, they show up. Come to find out afterwards, Kichiro, which is Patranger Red, had noticed her back in the academy, because we learned in this episode that Red and Pink went to their cadets together, and he had seen her sneaking, you know, little stuffed animals, like, I need your energy. So he thought of that, and there was cam footage, because Jim, I can't remember his last name right now, the robot for the Patrangers showed the footage of them and being transported. It was kind of cute, and it was just another one of those silly little pieces that helps offset the very seriousness of missing children and everything. They get the monster out. Lupin Red and Blue had been tailing the police, ended up getting some information. They all go to meet there together, and then we had another bit of interaction between the two teams, and that was during the massive fight between the Gangler, to some extent Lupinranger versus Patranger. Patranger Pink kicked the monster over to Lupin Yellow, who had an open shot at it, to let Lupin Yellow get that collection piece out before they destroyed it. She said clearly to Lupin Yellow, you know, thank you, this is a thank you for the tip. And it started a little bit, because the tip was, you know, he turns them into, like, decoration, and so she was really thinking about decoration, I guess, as much. But she thanked them for the tip, and so she let Lupin Yellow get the piece of the Lupin collection. So it is now in their hands. The big bad goes boom, thanks to Patoranger Yugo, because Good Striker decides to side with the Patrangers this episode. Of course he would. Why wouldn't he? So they destroy him that way, but when he gets big, by the way, I'm still working on learning everyone's name, but the lady monster who makes them bigger, that music is fire. I love it. I love all the music, the soundtracks. I might have to get the soundtracks for this. I'm just loving the music also. She makes them big. So Good Striker starts off with Patrangers, right? Why wouldn't he? Again, but they get knocked down and stuff, and the Lupinrangers are like, fine, so they get out their trigger machines, or dial fighters. So then they're dial fighters, and they're gonna do it, because Striker's like, look, they're having fun, you guys, because by the way, so past guys got knocked down and just like never got back up, and they're just down there like, what are they doing? Good Striker's basically like, I'm out, deuces, I'm gonna go hang out with those guys because they're more fun. Disassembles the Megazord and goes to make Lupin Kaiser for the final explosion. And then he's like, Toodles, and he's out. Just leaves. The butler's gonna look into why these machines and how the guns are going, and I just heard my daughter wake up from her nap, so I better get going on this one. Stay tuned. I believe the next episode we are going to be getting some power-ups, meaning trigger machines. One for each. Screaming Kid, gotta go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on my episode 4 talks of Lupinranger versus Patoranger. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next video.